Hey guys, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome to another morning BEJ live stream, daily live stream. This is the official BEJ live channel. We go live every day at 10 a.m. JST. The time right now is 10:08 a.m. And this is day number 32 of the daily live stream. Time is flying fast. If you guys have not yet subscribed to this channel, consider doing so. You can do that by tapping or clicking the red button below that says subscribe. If you are watching on Facebook as well, just look above you, above the video feed. You will see the link. Click on that and it will take you to the live streaming channel and you can subscribe on that channel as well. Thank you guys for coming on. Shola, how you doing? Jerome, what's up? Lucky, what's up? Chili Freeman, how you doing? Right, yeah, day number 32, guys. It's been a while. Time is not waiting. No, man. Honestly, I believe we started these daily live streams at on March the 30th, right? So it's been over 30 days actually. So, yeah, 32 days. TP2, how you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Guys, again, remember you can call in, right? So what I might do today is have a few of you guys call in at the same time and have you guys on at the same time. The link to call in is in the description down below. As I said yesterday, I wanted to reduce the time or limit the time of the live broadcast. But of course, as usual, we go overboard, go over the time limit. I think we were on for almost 90 minutes yesterday. It was about 90 or 86 minutes thereabout. So today I'm gonna try my target again. I'm gonna hop off. Look, y'all gotta I'm gonna cut myself off at 11 o'clock on the dot today. So we have about 50 minutes to go at the most. So how are you guys doing? Timmy, what's up? How you doing? That's funny. So talk to me, guys. How have you guys been over the past 24 hours? What's new? What's going on? Where are you watching from? Let me know what's on your mind. Okay, you want some update from Africans in China? Okay, cool. All right, so we'll do that. Let's do that for a future live stream, so we can plan that one accordingly. But if by chance, someone is watching right now from China, they can call in and then we can have a chat, and then they can tell us the latest. Yeah, because you know what? Yeah, that might be. Yeah, we probably should do that because right now there's a lot that's popping off in China, in Africa, in response to what took place in China. So it would be interesting to know the climate, or the latest from out of China as well. Let me do this thing real quick. You watched the video with Al. Okay. How was it? How was it? What's up, Luke? How you doing? Hey, what's up, Endeavorin? How you doing? Brunch time now. Okay, okay. The weather is nice. It is actually. It's pretty nice. So Mylin said, I watched the video about New Orleans, the restaurant owner. It was great. The scenery was picturesque, indeed. It was cool, man. That's what do you call it? That is that's Okinawa for you, man. So it looks like we have someone on, and it's I think it's what Jerome. Jerome has been on before, but let's see what's on his mind. Oh, Luke, you appreciated the interview. Cool, that's cool. Hey, what's up, Jerome? How you doing? Talk to me.
Hey, man. What's doing? Hey,
I'm good. I'm good.
hey. I'm just a bit concerned about what's going on in Jamaica, and
Fill,
just wanted to know your view on that.
fill me in because I'm not. Yeah, no one has reached out to me from Jamaica to tell me anything, so I'm not sure what's taking place, what's going on in Jamaica.
Okay. So there's actually an echo on there.
You know, I don't even know why. I don't know. Okay, might be on my. I'm not sure. Like, we've got this has been the case for the last 3 days. I'm not even sure why, because I haven't changed any settings, and I don't. I have no idea what to do with that, because sometimes it's there and sometimes it's not there. So I'm not sure, honestly. I don't know how to like.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We'll
And I
do
haven't
our
even had the
best.
time to troubleshoot it either. So I've like, yeah, I never had the time to even troubleshoot it. So I'm just came on again today.
Okay. So my concern is that Jamaica has sold out their main port, the shipping port, to a Chinese firm, and they've got full control of imports and exports coming into Jamaica.
Wait, hold up. They're saying the echo is way too much. I'm not sure why that. Honestly, I'm not sure why that is the case. Hold on. Yeah, it's like I'm not sure why that is the case.
Remember the last time?
Are you playing? Are you playing something in the background? I hear something.
No, I'm not.
I'm hearing my voice though. Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
Maybe it's your head. Oh, okay. Maybe your headphones are, is on really loud or something, because I hear myself back as well a little bit. But let me just see. Let me just check on my side too. But I have no control with regards to your audio though, so I can't do anything about
Is that better? Is it better now?
It might be worse, but let's see what they say, because you sound louder to me.
Okay.
Wait, let me see. Wait, there's a delay, so let me wait until I get a response. Let's see what they're saying. So how was that, guys? I know the delay is about 30 seconds.
Is this better now?
Someone said he need to turn the sound off on his video, his speakers. So I guess it seems like that one hasn't changed anything.
Okay, I've just made a quick change now.
I wonder why though. It's been the same way, but this has happened before, and then it stopped, and then it just came back on again. Not sure why.
Let's try.
Wait. Hold up. Wait. This wouldn't. I wonder if.
Yeah, I turned the phone down.
Wait, can you say something again? Can you speak again, please?
Testing 1, 2.
Okay, so that's not it clearly. Okay. Someone is saying you need to turn the volume down. I'm not sure, but let's go again. Like, put your headphones back on, because I remember when you called before, you had your headphones on. The thing is, I don't even have time to troubleshoot it after the live stream, so I haven't looked into it to see what the issue was. But I gotta figure that out. But let's try to proceed. If it doesn't work, then I'm gonna have to end the live stream, because like these days for me are really crazy. So like honestly, like so let's try to do it. If it's not good, then we'll just we'll just call it a day, and then I try to figure it out and come back on in a few days or something. But
no worries.
Okay. Talk to me.
Yeah. So I think my concern is more so around Jamaica. And the fact that they have sold out their imports and exports control and management to China.
Yeah. There's I've heard something similar about other countries in Africa as well. Mozambique. Now I'm hearing about Kenya. I haven't looked into it to try to verify. But yeah, man, like people are saying that's the way that China is sort of like the new colonization of countries. Yeah, man. What are we gonna do?
Well, it's pretty simple. It's boycotting it. I think I wanted to know what people have been thinking about what's happening in Japan as well. I mean, Japan's suffering from the fact that don't have enough respirators or testing kits, and we get false reports from Japan right now. Where I am in Australia, so I just wanted to know.
Wait, hold on.
What's going
are you
on?
watching? Wait. Are you watching the live feed? Can you turn it off? Can you turn it off? Can you either mute the live feed or something? Because you have it playing on. You can watch the replay afterwards or something. Is it possible to turn it
Yeah.
off?
So it's better now.
Hold on. Let me see what they're saying. Hold on. Because they're saying the echo is terrible. Usually they say it's bearable, but now they're saying it's like really bad. So maybe you're watching yourself. People like doing that, but if that's the case, just turn off.
No, I'm not watching myself.
Turn off the live feed and mute the audio if it's playing in the background or something.
Okay. I've cancelled and got some other windows.
Okay, let's see what they're saying, because they can't. They're saying it's terrible. I'm not sure why.
Yeah,
the
that's
last
weird.
time I think the person muted the feed. I'm not sure. Like I don't know why.
It's bizarre.
Okay, let's go again and see. But I
So-
hear myself. That's the thing. When you speak, I hear something playing. Like I hear something playing. So when you say something, I hear like my voice is is being played in the distance, and that sounds like when someone
I'm
has like a
checking
device.
anything.
Yeah, it sounds like when someone has a. I guess he came up. It sounds like when someone has a device and it's playing like in the distance, not exactly right by the microphone, but in close proximity to it. That's what it sounds like to me. I don't know what the why that is, because I can't. The thing is, when you guys hear the feedback, I can't hear it, but I hear the feedback when I watch a replay. So maybe that should give me some pointers as it relates to why there's a feedback. But it doesn't always happen. Maybe it has to do with the person muting. I'm not sure. Well, I'll try to figure it out. I just literally I don't have time to even check it. So maybe what I'll do is I might just give myself some days and then I try to figure it out, then come back on or something. But anyways, yeah, okay. So it's funny because when you said you took the headphones off, it sounds better to you. But when he took it off, it sounded. SD said bye. I'll take your SD. Yeah. So when he takes the headphones off, it sounds really horrible to me. But he said it doesn't. I think the instructions are clear. Maybe just something that we yeah. Anyways, let's see. All right, let me hear say something.
Yo, testing 1 2.
They're saying it was better when you took your headphones off, but for me it sounded worse. Like,
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want me to try without the headphones one more time?
wait, let's see what they're saying. The delay is like 30 seconds. But you know what? This is the third consecutive day, so I should have. What is it? Third? No, I think it started. I think it was 2 days. Pinnacle was fine then yesterday and the day before Pinnacle. So I think it was, or was it 2 days? Yeah, I think this happened twice. So it might be the settings or something, but I haven't changed anything, so I just have to look into it.
It sounds better for me with the headphones.
Let's see.
But there's still an echo.
Someone is asking, are you recording the live stream yourself?
Yeah, so I think there's like half a second delay. Yeah.
Wait, are you recording the live?
I'm not recording anything.
Okay, so
I'm just on
okay.
your StreamYard.
Okay, let's see what they're saying. Yeah, Chili Mike said the same thing. Chili Freeman, had the same experience. Bagman had the same experience, and then you're the third person with that.
Yeah, I don't know what.
They're saying it's a little bit. I don't know. Maybe just scrap it. Like I might just scrap it, and then we might just do something else, like tomorrow or something.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not sure why. I got to figure out. You know, okay. So let me just let's just end the dialogue. I think I'm going to end the live stream here as well, and then maybe we can regroup again. I'll just look at it when I have some time. I have zero time right now, so I'll figure it out. Maybe I'll be off for like 2 days, 3 days or something, and then I'll come back on. and then start the live stream back up again. But I literally have no time. Once I leave the live stream, I can't even deal with that. I just gotta jump into whatever I'm doing. So Jerome, thanks for coming on, man. We'll talk another time. I think I'm gonna
Okay.
stop the call in. All right, no problem. Okay, guys, I'm not sure why that is. The thing is, Skype is I can use Skype, but the problem with Skype is that I can't get you guys on, right? So if I use Skype, I can't get you guys to call in. Well, I can get you guys to call in, and then it would just be audio. If you guys are cool with audio, that's fine. And the thing with Skype as well, there's another challenge with Skype, which is when someone is on the line, people back in the day, people were calling while the person was talking, and then you had the ringtone that came in while someone is on the line. And there's no way to eliminate that on the normal Skype version. Apparently, you got to get Skype for Business, and that's like this crazy process. Apparently, from what I've seen, to get that thing installed and get Skype for Business. So that's like another hurdle. Maybe I need to look into that. Maybe that's the only way, because there's another way as well to get Skype to work, but then again, it's not working. So I don't even know. So I decided to use this thing in the interim. I guess Zoom might be. Zoom. I guess Zoom is probably. Yeah, so we'll try that. Maybe I'll try Zoom. I'll do a test for Zoom maybe tomorrow or something. Let's try that and see how that works. And I'm gonna try to see if I can find out why there's an echo on this thing. I know it's a simple search, but I might give someone like the task to like figure that out, because I can't do that right now. Yeah, I understand. Yeah. So anyways. Yeah, so Jerome was talking about, I guess, when another day when he calls back, when we get this thing fixed, he was talking about China, and China just countries selling out, selling out to China pretty much. Jamaica is one such country, and many other countries as well. And I was asking him about the solution. One thing is for sure that a lot of people, not necessarily the countries, in my opinion, from what I've heard, it seems like most of the people who resides in these countries are concerned about what China is doing. Some people are calling this thing the new form of colonization, a new form of colonization. Sorry, but I'm not. Well, I guess if there's a solution, I'd like to hear it. But it seems that the government love what's going on, but the people of the country are concerned because people are saying that the government is doing it for money, and the citizens are worried about their future. They're worried about the future of their kids. I'm concerned about that as well when I think about Jamaica, for instance, right? So I don't know. I have no idea how to combat that unless there's pushback from the citizens within the country, and there's a unison voice. I'm not really sure I'm not sure, honestly. I don't know much about the issue, to be honest. So I can't even speak to it from an informed point of view. The only thing I can say about it is that I don't like the idea, but then again, that's not sufficient to argue against it I don't support it, of course, but I'm not in a position, I guess, to do anything about it, because I don't know the inner workings, like why this is the case, how people can mobilize to try to do something about what's going on with China and countries like Jamaica, countries within Africa. I don't know. I think from the upper echelon level, or from the governmental level, they need to do something, which always seems to be the case. And one thing is for sure, I remember when I was in Jamaica, it was like, and I visited. I was there for a bit, and I just thought about the state of the nation. Right, there's this brain drain, and I'm just saying Jamaica, but there's other countries as well who, especially third world countries, that suffer from this brain drain when people leave the country and they go elsewhere in search of opportunities. And we think about the potential of a nation. It might be my nation, it might be your nation, and the citizens usually have problems, all right, with the governance. And it seems like it's just like sometimes people just like complain. Sometimes people, mostly it's just like chatter. right? Most times it's just people talking about the issues, and whether you speak about it eloquently or you speak about it ignorantly, it's always just some form of dialogue, and we just talk about it day in day out, for decades and decades, and nothing become of it, right? And it's like the people. I'm not sure because I remember, like, you're just there and you see what's going on and you're thinking about your future. You're thinking about the future of your posterity or your posterity. And you're just like, well, no one does anything, right? Everyone has what they feel like might be a solution, but nothing become of it because we don't move from a place of just like talking about something and move into action. So I think we just like the act of discussing. We just enjoy the act of talking about things, right? I guess we derive, I guess, some form of pleasure from having a dialogue about the solution, right? Possible solution of something, and by just discussing it, we feel as though something is done. We get this euphoric feeling, maybe, or experience this euphoria of, yeah, you know what, we're making progress when all we're doing is just talking, and then the next generation comes and they face the exact same thing, just a different form, right? And I guess I would say fallacy. The fallacy would be that the populace of some of these countries feel powerless, when the truth of the matter is they hold the key, they hold the power, but for some reason, we have relinquished control. We've given away all our power to those in power, and whatever they say, even if we don't like it, we just accept it and we complain, and then we're cool, and then we complain again. We're not even cool, we just forget about it, or it's just we put it on the back burner because we have like immediate issues to attend to, and then we start the dialogue again, and we just talk about it. And I think we're, especially now with social media, at least I think maybe now, maybe there's some movement, right? There's some improvement now with social media because it's constantly in your face. So maybe, hopefully, people don't get used to the idea of just discussing things. Like, oh, let's just do something because you're creating content or whatever, just to discuss because for the sake of discussing something, and not actually. And then people also get used to it because they're hearing it all the time. Yeah, we know what's going on. Just like when we talk about the state of Africa or the state of our different nations or whatever, and we complain about the issues and nothing become of it. It's just, man, it's. But it seems like, as far as Africa is concerned, that actions are being, like, people are now moving into a place of doing something about it, So Jerome is saying I have a platform, so we should do something. I'm all about practicality. What can we do? What can we implement? Because honestly, man, I'm not saying I don't have any problem with dialogue. As you guys know, like, we're having a conversation right now, or sort of a monologue, but it's actually a dialogue because I'm reading and responding to your statements and questions. Maybe, I guess maybe it might begin with actually educating the youth of these countries about, like, politics and governance, like really explaining how this thing works and the importance, I guess, of knowing what's taking place in your nation, in your country, and maybe also knowing the avenues through which you can have an impact or have a voice, or let your voices be heard. Because I think, politics as well there's this thing, I guess, with there's a stigma around it. Some people are like, man, I'm not interested in that, and people talk about that in Japan, that the people in Japan aren't really interested in politics. That's what I've heard. I'm just relaying what I've heard. It might not be true, but they're saying a very small percentage of people here are involved in even voting and stuff like that. But we talk a lot. Man, I'm guilty as well. We talk a lot. We Jerome spoke about Jamaica, and because I heard about there was an island. What was it? No, was this? I think it was Bahamas, right? I think Jamaica had. I remember there was a like China wanted to, because there's a highway that China paid for in Jamaica, right? And there's a country we call Cockpit country, and apparently it has some historical significance in Jamaica, and I guess it's rich in maybe bauxite or some form of minerals, and they want to purchase that, of course, just to like do away with it and just like build stuff or whatever. And the Chinese were trying to get to secure that, and the people in the country were concerned. I'm not even sure what became of that. I think it was stalled. I'm not sure if they made any progress with that, because people were concerned about that, and they're saying, "Man, y'all, what are y'all doing?" Right? And people just said, "Well, the government, they want money, so that's the motivation," and people are trying, and they feel so helpless and so powerless because all we're doing is just talking. Maybe we just don't know the right channels. That's one. I feel like sometimes, if you think about like a child, for instance, they might be frustrated with something and they don't know like how to vent or what to do. I remember, I guess I could probably say this or whatever. Like when I was in Canada, I was a part of a delegation, and then it's funny because sometimes you learn just things. There's just so much that we don't know, man. So much, like honestly, there's just so much, uh, that's out there. And there's certain things that you do, like we even, for instance, like a part of the delegation in Canada, we went to Parliament, of course, in Ottawa, and we spoke to the leaders there. We spoke with the MPs and senators, and some of us also had the chance to speak with the Prime Minister, but I wasn't a part of that group. And it was a way, I guess, you understood more so the process of how things are done, or at the very least, I guess you spoke your piece, I could say, right? You let your voice be heard, right? You had a channel that you utilized, an avenue. And I think some people, for one, aren't that interested in even trying to mobilize to get something done. Oh, Jamaica Funk, not the port. But man, like, there's a lot of talk, man. There's a lot of talk that's going on. A lot of talk, man. It's a lot of talk. A lot of talk with a lot of stuff. And especially, that's what this, we're doing exactly what I'm talking about. I'm talking, I'm talking. You guys are writing stuff. We're having a conversation. We're doing exactly what I'm talking about. We're just talking about it. And we know that this is an issue. And, once the news ends, once the broadcast ends, once we turn off the computer, I'm not talking about this broadcast specifically, but just whatever it is that we are engaged with. Once that ends, then we go on and just carry on with our day, right? We tackle the most immediate issues that we have. Like, for instance, once I'm done, there's some things I'm dealing with that I got to get done. So once I'm done this, I got to get to work. Right? So it's like, even though my mind is on the live stream, I'm like, okay, we're doing this, we're doing that. Okay, like once I'm done, I got to handle that. Right? So your mind just shifts. So it's the same thing. Like, you have this, I guess you have macro and micro issues, right? So macro is like what's taking place within your nation. You're like, oh yeah, that sucks, man. I don't like that. But the moment something micro happens, that's with regards to your life, right? You got to like do this, you got to do that. You're working on some stuff, you're doing this or that, you got work to do, then that takes precedence over anything else. And you're like, you know what, hey. But what really? What can be done really? I think maybe I guess one is, I guess the first thing is, well, I don't know. Look, this is what I'm thinking. I think one of the first things is for people to understand that they do have power. I think that's the first thing, because, and I'm pretty sure some of you guys can maybe concur with this. Maybe, I'm not sure, or agree with this, that sometimes people feel powerless. Especially when you look at a task, or you look at something that's plaguing your nation. Sometimes you feel like you're powerless, right? You think about, man, you're going up against this massive establishment, and you're saying to yourself, man, nothing can be done. And another thing is, people can say, man, this has been going on from my grandfather days, or my great great grandfather days, and then we just concede. This is the way it's always been. This is the way it always will be. And we just carry on with our day, just go about our lives. We make some noise for 5 minutes, and then we stop talking. And then things happen, it goes back to normal. You make some noise, it still goes through, or whatever happens, and then we stop talking until something else comes, and it's the same thing. Rinse and repeat. So one, I think we need to know that we do have power individually, right? Because sometimes we feel like if we don't have a group of people with us or other people, then we feel like we can't do something. So I think it starts with one person, an individual, at an individual level, that we understand that we can do something individually. And even if you don't have the support of other people, I think we should still be willing to walk or march in that direction. And then maybe other people might see you on the battlefield out there in the distance, and then they get inspired and they will join you. So one, I think, is understanding that we do have the power. We do have power, one. Because if you feel powerless, you won't even attempt anything. The second thing is, I think we need to understand the avenues through which we can implement change. Like, how practically can you implement change? What can be done? Right? So now you have the power. What can be done? What channels? Right? Can you utilize? And then maybe, so that can be, I guess, studying how other people have done it, or it might be issue specific. So if you have a specific issue that's plaguing your nation or whatever it is, then we target that specific issue and figure out, okay, how can we as a people affect this thing? And then you just work in that direction. And you talk about it, you plan whatever, but you have to execute. And then you got to keep going, man. If you are on the right path, it might not be working initially, but if you're on the right path, you just keep going until what? Until you've arrived at or received the desired result. There's so many things, like, oh man. Yeah. Anyways. Even me just saying, yeah. Anyways, that expression just now, that was almost me just, being in the moment of talking about things that we face, and then once we have said something, we're like, okay, I guess I've done my part. Or nothing can really be done about it. Which is maybe our default state, or the default state of some of us. I'm guilty. And it's a lot easier to just focus on your own problems, because all of us have issues, right? All of us lead lives where life, you have ups and downs. Life is life, right? So all of us have things, as I said, micro, which are specific to us, right? So you're like, listen, man, I can't deal with y'all problems. I can't deal with all these other things. I got my own things to deal with. And once that's taken care of, right? Or you've alleviated the pain or stress a little bit, then you can look at the macro and say, okay, this is going on, what can be done? But I believe that we have power. And I think all of us need to be willing to act without support, be willing to act without other people backing you. Because if you're waiting for other people to join you, man, then you won't get anything done. Because sometimes people are just watching and waiting, they're looking. And this whole thing. Everyone is in that group. You see something happening out there, you're looking around for the person that will do something first. Is he going to do something? Wait, is she going to do something? Yeah, maybe she'll do something. If she does it, I don't have to do anything. Wait, what about him? And everyone sees what's going on, and everyone is thinking the exact same thing as you. Is that person going to do something? And you're waiting. And everyone is in the same state, waiting. A lot of times when someone says something, you guys know how it is, right? You know that phenomenon. I can't remember what it's called, but you know the phenomenon. It might be groupthink. I might be incorrect, but there's a phenomenon where everyone sees something going on and you're just looking around like, wait, who is? I don't know. And then when one person acts, then everyone is like, oh, they're up on it. But you need that one person to break the ice. So sometimes you might be that one person. You may need to be that person. But I guess one thing that we need in order to do that is to be the person who's willing to just speak up, speak out, act, and then see what happens. Well, I guess that's my random monologue. Let's get back to the comments. Oh, man. I guess there's another layer to it as well. Another layer is fear of retaliation. That's another layer, right? So all these things that I outlined earlier. Another one is, you wanna ensure your survival. You want to make sure that you don't put yourself in any position where your life or livelihood, etc., might be in jeopardy. So there's just so many layers to it. But if we exist in that state, man, we will remain where we are. And the problems of this present generation will fall upon the head of the incoming generation. And then it will be cyclical, where it just continues going and going and going. And then we're right back at square one. Act, we must. So Bagmani is saying China recently bought the shipping port in Jamaica and the Mexican company operates the airport. Earl said, we have to commence by preparing ourselves first, indeed, and for first and foremost before we can even consider preparing the youth. This is true. I know my shortcomings. We must force the politicians that we hire to do our work to fulfill their obligations. Indeed. Miss Real O'Reilly. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that name incorrectly. We talk a lot, and sometimes we expect others to do something about it, even let it resolve itself. We as a collective have a voice and can start somewhere. Indeed. John said, the fact that we're even talking about it, we're somewhere. Mylin said, we need to start over with much of the leadership. The old leaders have dug deep, deep graves. In struggle, there are moments where things don't work the way we always want. This forum is an opportunity for developing constructive and strategic action and a thoughtful plan of action. Indeed. But we must act. We can't. You know, I wrote this thing. It was a while back. I can't even remember the words, but I might be able to find. You know what? I might be able to find the video. But maybe I'll play that for you guys another day. And I think it sums up my thoughts. And at least where I was at that time as well. And I think it's an important place to be. But I think I'll do that. Well, I might not. It depends if we have a conversation like this again. I'll have it ready. So if we have a talk like this again, I can play it. But because it's something that I guess has to be appropriate for the moment. So I think now would be a good time. But I'm not. I don't. It's gonna take me a while to find it. I wrote it somewhere. It might be in an email but there was a video that was done. Let me just go through the comments again. So Jerome said CCP with deep offers. Deep coffers, sorry. And the help of Western enablers uses money rather as a power source of influence, creating parasitic relationships of long-term dependence. We need to stop it. No, indeed, that's very, very true. That is very, very true. And we think about countries within Africa, that's taking place. I know Jamaica for sure, man. And it's... Mylin, to what length do we think these people will go to protect their power? It will not be easy, and it will take many, many people. But that's what I'm saying. Right? That's what I'm saying. That's where our minds goes to a place of fear immediately. Because we're like, oh my God, like, look at this task. All right? It's too massive for any of us. And as I said earlier, we're all thinking about someone else doing something about it. And as someone pointed out as well, we're looking at the issue and we're saying maybe it will resolve itself. Maybe someone else who is better or greater will take the charge and get something done. But that won't be the case, man. It starts with each and every one of us. Trust me, and most of us are thinking the same thing. We're looking for someone else to do something about it. Bagman, if they control the assets for 20 years or 50 years or something, then the government can extend or retake it. Jerome said, stop buying their products and services. Earl, second, demand that what is our resources and property must remain ours, folks. Revolution is not only a physical mission, it also, what's this? I think there's a typo there. Okay, maybe that should be, it also means controlling, manufacturing, and holding the means of distributions. Maybe that's what that was saying. Troy, I like this conversation about China because I think it's important to call out racism against the black community in China. Let's see where we are. Wait, I saw a comment. I can't wait to get to that one. Hold on. I'm trying to do this in chronological order. Oh, wow. You guys actually had a few comments. Okay, I'm going to start talking less just so I can read, because when I go on these long monologues, then I got to catch up and it takes me a while. Typically, we continually buy from them no matter the treatment. We must begin with us first. Earl, the resources in the Caribbean, Central and South America, and Africa belongs to us, and that's a very important understanding of what, where, when, and how things should be done. Chili Freeman said, things get tricky when it's time to work. Miss Riley says, with China buying ports and paying for airports, will come to bite the countries and islands that accept the deals. When are these islands and countries? When will these islands or countries be able to repay their debt? China will own them all. It's kind of crazy how, yeah, it's funny how it would appear that these people don't think long term, right? Like, yeah, they just want it immediately. I don't understand how you can sell your resources. How can you sell your source? I don't even know. But anyways, you know what? I don't even know, bro. It's like that's the next thing too. When we go into we talk about corruption and people thinking about their own coffers, their own pockets. Like, okay, what can I do for myself and my family? We're good. We don't care about anyone else. And when the ish hit the fan, we won't even be around, you know, to suffer the consequences. So hey, just let's do whatever we want to do. Because I don't understand a lot of things, a lot of deals that these people make. But of course, as I said, there's a lot that we don't understand. Jerome, I've just given you the solution. Stop buying their junk. Additionally, governments to raise tariffs on exports to their country, make sure you vote in the right community leaders. God is saying, please don't think. Chile Freeman, let's not be vague. If we put everyone before us and family, then you will just perish. Makes no sense. Be vigilant, but also still. That sounds like something Bruce Lee would say. But I do understand. Is this where this is? Okay, I'm waiting for that comment. It's not there yet. Earl said Africa and the Caribbean is in my mind are in the driving position because we've got what the world needs. So we need to start negotiating from a position of strength. We have to stop being afraid. Indeed, Africa. The same video that I wanted to play for you guys. You know, when the lady was talking about what we know to be fact, is that so many countries, so much of the world depends on Africa, the resources. You have all that the world needs, yet still, you know, they want you to believe that you're in a position of weakness. You know, it's almost like they're just trying to turn your eyes away from what is reality to the facade, so you feel like you need to be dependent when you are self-sufficient. But of course, you know, as we keep saying, it goes deep. Jerome, we can't be selfish and worry about our own little problems, and we must put that aside for now to come together in this collectivity, in this collectively. I see. It's like, amen. So Gouch is saying China bought all strategic resources 10 to 20 years ago, from German robotics to Smithfield Foods in the U.S. Then Earl said, Ranza, you really sound like you are waiting for some sort of Jesus Christ figure to fall from the sky to save us all. That's not the case, Earl. I was waiting for that comment. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that seems like what most of us are waiting for. That's what I'm trying to say. I explained earlier that seems to be the case, because most of what we're talking about, right? You've been around for a long time, right? So I'm pretty sure you can call to mind maybe, I don't know, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, 40 years ago, maybe 50 years ago. I'm not sure your age. 50 years ago, maybe. Like, there were problems of the day, and most of it was people complaining about governance and what has become of it. It's just, as I said, it's like people complain, and then because they want to talk about it or feel like you're doing something, and then you stop talking about it, then it comes back again in another decade, and then it's just a cycle. That's what I'm saying. So I'm saying clearly all of us are looking around. Oh, is this person going to do something? Is that person going to do something? What I'm saying is that if you feel like you don't have any power as an individual, that's where it starts. Because if you see a problem and you're saying you're waiting for someone else to react to it or respond to it, or you feel like you're inadequate, you don't have any power, I said that before, and you won't do anything. You won't even try to do anything because you feel like your efforts will be futile. So you're not going to try anything. So what I'm saying is that we need to stop thinking like that, because more people are of the same mind, right? We might find that a lot of people are thinking the same thing. We might find that a lot of people are willing to help the undertaking, whatever it is that you're going to try to do. There will be more people maybe. But if you as an individual see a problem and you're like, I can't do anything about it, that's where it starts. That's what I'm saying. So I'm not saying one person. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that you as an individual need to believe that you have a voice, that you have power, that you can do something, and then you move with that in mind. And if there's something that you want to do and you feel like you have no support, you have to still step out regardless. That's what I'm saying. And when you do that, what will inevitably happen is other people will join you, because they might see your courage or whatever, and then they might say, you know what, if she's doing it, I'm going to join her. And then more people, and then something might happen. That's what I'm saying. But as I said, most people think we can't do anything, right? But I'm sure people out there who are on the battlefield acting, but there needs to be more people. And as someone said, change takes time. Miss Riley, we need to act for sure and don't necessarily wait for someone else to act on it. Jerome said, Jesus did mention he would return, but for this, I think Jesus gave us all the power to come together. It's 11 o'clock now, to resolve this together. Earl, we have to all learn to stand together as leaders and not just followers. To be a revolutionary, you just can't wait for a leader. That's what I'm saying. That's one of the very first thing. That's one thing I believe is, if there's any movement in this present or modern society, it can't be just one individual who's the face. Because usually the strategy is to take away the voice, right? So if that one person is out front, then all you got to do is snuff out that person, clearly, if we allow history to be our teacher. So every person, it needs to be like a blockchain sort of approach, right? And so they can't attack this one central source, and that will be the end of it, right? So you need like a lot of people. So if one falls, another person takes his place immediately. One fall, another person. So you can never silence the voice, because every single person is carrying the same torch. So there's no hierarchy really, right? So like one person, if that person goes, there's another person that's ready to take that person's place. Same fire, same passion, same drive, initiative, whatever. They understand the plan and they're ready to go. So it definitely has to do with an individual, because one person, you're opening your mouth, you're one person, you can be silenced easily, apparently. But if you have thousands of people, tens of thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of people, then you're like, snap, each person is just as fiery as the next person. So the only way is to get rid of the entire group, which you can't do. I think that's an approach. You guys know how it's done, like times past. That one person that's out there, you see the one person, because of this person, that's why these people are, rising up. Let's get rid of that person. But imagine if everyone had the same mind. And you made that a priority, that everyone has to have the same mind. That everyone is a leader within that cohort. Every last person. Zero hierarchy. Flat structure. Anyways, that's just talk, right? Just a conversation, right? Because if we allow history to be our teacher, we understand that that's the way it is. The goal is always to cut off the head. So you need multiple heads, right? Where are we going? So Gout is saying, Gout, the eternal pessimist. Well, you know what? Let me just not ascribe that title to you because, yeah, let me not say that. But I'm saying, I'm reading your comments and it seems like you're always saying something pessimistic. But you said, act what? Institutions are hollowed out due to corruption. Every leader in Africa has sold out. Same with the US. None of you want the truth. He says bagless money? What's that? So what's the solution, Gout? Because if you're striking down, listen, if you're gonna, I'm saying, because when everything that people are saying, they're saying people don't want the truth, but what is the solution in your opinion? And I guess even better yet, are you willing to do something yourself? Like, talk about your feelings on an individual basis. What are you willing or prepared to do? Like, really, you're saying people are not willing to face the truth. When you go into your heart of hearts, right? What do you feel? Do you feel that, like, you're willing to maybe do your part? Do you feel right now, if you examine your thoughts and your mind, do you feel like you will just, you're like, you know what? Yeah, I'll make the sacrifice. Or you're just like, man, you talk about it, you see the problems, but you're more concerned about your own life. And you're just like, look, yeah, I can talk about it all day and night, but yeah, I ain't do nothing. I don't care, yo. I'm about to, just surviving, doing what benefits me. What's your truth? And I'm not saying that I'm not, just singling you out or just trying to spotlight you or whatever. I'm talking about, I think all of us, most of us, have that sort of like, that mindset. And it might take something to shake us up out of that place. Man. Oh, wow. Okay, let me just read faster because I got to go. Skip some of these. So, like, for instance, okay, Miss Riley said, I feel we're giving China way too much power, financial power. We need to stop patronizing Chinese companies and products and invest in our communities. Gout said, I guess as a rebuttal, you are too late, caps lock. China bought all the important industries. So based on Gout with his, I guess this is a sort of like fatalistic attitude, it seems like we can't do anything then. What are we going to do? Let's forget about it, man. All right, Gout? Let's forget about it. Earl, you folks may not want to hear this. However, we are in a moment in time when the pendulum is swinging in our direction. Let's not waste this opportunity by second guessing our potential. So this is what Gout said. Gout's solution is focus on yourself. Focus on STEM subjects. That's it. I understand. I do get what you mean. And it's the same thing. I guess it's another way of interpreting what I said, right? Which is it has to happen on an individual basis before it happens collectively. So, like, just simply the chains, each link has to be strong. There's a part of it, but I think a lot more needs to be done, because while you're focusing on yourself and I guess more so focusing on these things, STEM subjects, that's a long-term, well, maybe not a long-term, maybe within a decade, we could be in a power position in terms of that. But I think while that's taking place, what will be done in the interim? But that's a part of it. But I don't think that's enough, man. I don't think that's enough, man. That's maybe that's just a small part of the solution, I think. So-called leaders in our communities need to be actually okay. Let me not read that. People are compromising their safety for financial gain. Buying ports isn't a random thing. I don't think so either. Jerome, heavy pockets of Chinese money is how these leaders get to sleep each night, is how simple economics. Bagmani. China is being pressured to forgive many of the loans they have given to other countries due to COVID-19. So Earl, we as a people seem to not learn from history because we keep making the same mistakes again and again. Wake up, children of Africa. So Gout said, we invested trillions in the Chinese market via pension funds. We won't extricate. This isn't the moral Olympics. But I think you need to present a better solution, Gout. And I guess you answered my question because you did say focus on yourself. So the question that I posed earlier, you just said focus on yourself. So it's like, you know what? Hey, yeah, man, I'm focusing on myself, dude. Who cares? Let the world burn, right? Okay, so Gout said, and this might be, this is, I guess, okay. Gout said, we have resources, but not infrastructure in Africa. No dependable port, roads, rail. African government refused to build it. That's when, okay, he said that. Most of you focus on resources, but not the transport part of the equation. It's not easy and take decades. So in essence, what are you saying, Gout? And this is what I'm, okay, maybe it's one of those things where you're saying it's a hard pill to swallow. It's the reality. Just swallow it, get on with it. Maybe that's the approach, right? And, you know, like you might say as well, and it might be the reality. I'm not sure. It might be the reality that that's the only way forward, where it's a long-term solution. We're going to have to work at it for decades before we can see anything. So maybe it's not something that could just be remedied within a decade. Maybe it's multiple decades. It will take that to remedy most of the things. Maybe. So maybe it's not. Yeah. So. Yeah. Earl said, Ranza was born in the struggle. I was made for the struggle. And for over 40 plus years, I've been doing whatever I can to change the destiny of our people. I am not here to reinvent the wheel. Courtney said, I'm trying to pursue minimalism. Throw off this comfortable lifestyle that lulls us to sleep. Less emotional and physical dependence on the system. Earl. So Earl has a problem with the person that said change takes time. So Earl said, it sounds like we have already been smoked. The value of success in a revolution is never in the hands of the leaders. It is in the hand or the work that we all do as a collective. David Cohen said. I put in a request. Wait, where's this? I put in a request. I can't even. Where is that? David. I'll check. You're asking about the FB group. I'll have a look at it. Earl, Peter Tosh one said people want to go to heaven, but no one wants to dead. You know what, God, there's one thing that I would say to you, man. You know, like you're saying, you will praise Chile. He has curiosity, learns languages. That's the foundation. And educated populace STEM. Got it. How, then? How do we practically move in that direction? That's the question, right? I spoke about appetite before. So what is it that you're willing to do? But I guess I have my answer. You said focus on yourself. Because if you're just shouting that this, but how do you implement that? How do you get more people in STEM practically? I'm pretty sure things are being done to pique the interest of the youth to enter, right, those fields. But the question is, I want to put this to you. I want to put the challenge to you because I'm not one to, I don't really like entertaining people that just like talk about stuff and they're not doing anything. I'm like, for your word to have weight for me, you have to be doing something. It can't just be like, oh, this is what needs to be done or this, but yet still you ain't doing nothing. To me, those words are lifeless unless a person is willing to do something. It's like, yeah, and if someone is coming with a lot of like negativity, okay, cool. I don't mind you just pointing on the reality. But don't end the story there, man. Don't end the story there. Just go beyond it. Yeah, talk about the problems, that's fine, but don't end it there. If you're gonna shoot down someone else's idea, present something else, or at least, start leading the discussion in a place where we can arrive at something collectively. So you're saying we need what can be done to get more people interested and involved in those fields? What can be done? If we're talking about within the community. And if you know the way, will you show the way? I see what you're saying, Gout. I'm reading. You said, why do Chinese do well? They like to study. No need to overcomplicate life. Simple, not easy. Gout also said, you're impatient and not playing the long game. How did China develop? Took them 4 decades to develop by copying and thieving Western technology. Oh, I see. Okay. I'm saying, look, and then it's funny because you're saying this, and then Earl said, Revolution Ranzo isn't based on fields. It's actually based on doing something that's simple and direct. If we keep just wanting to only do big things, then the revolution shall fail for us on this round. Okay, I guess maybe you guys are saying the same thing, maybe, which is doing the simple things, and not necessarily easy, but the simple things, and not overcomplicating the approach. But also, I get the feel that Earl is saying that he's talking about something more immediate, something that can just be done, like you just strike a blow, like with immediacy. That's what I'm thinking. I could be wrong, but maybe you can let me know what you're talking about. Maybe that's the approach. Maybe what Gauch is saying is right. Maybe that's it. Maybe we just need that slow grind and just work toward it. Like China and these other countries as a people. That might be it. I don't know. All I know is there needs to be actions. That's all I know. That's all I'm championing. Something needs to be done. No more words. Too many words. All of us got words. We have an abundance of words, especially in this within the age of Google, and you can find whatever you want in a second. Everybody has information. So I need to leave now, man. I'm still on. I'm just trying to get to the last comment. Courtney said maybe both individual change and contribute to systemic change together. African people, we are awake today, but if we choose to go back to bed while the revolution is in motion, then who do we blame for our lazy, arrogant, and worthless attitude? We don't like to hear the truth. So Jerome is saying Gout is a Chinese apologist. Believe me, Africa is far more capable than most of the West thinks about them. Infrastructure is not an issue actually. It is always been. Oh, it's always been about the mindset. C. Thomas Shankara. Chile. You were talking about Mansa Musa, right? Did you say something that I never read? Write it again. Let me see it. Sorry. Earl, Ranzo, what we're doing and saying here is the in this platform is the beginning stages of true action towards constructing the right direction/path we need to take. The forum is about mobilizing us. Yeah, this thing is kind of far, so I'm actually squinting because the computer is like all the way over there too, so I'm trying to read slow from this distance. Actions speak louder than words. Do you feel that you got to do something that is global, or help people that are around you and have helped you before as a start? No, I definitely think it doesn't have to be a global approach initially, right? I think, as I said, collectively you can have, as you said, you can influence your own sphere. You can influence where you are, the people around you, yourself, starting with yourself, of course, and then you can help those around you. And if everyone had that same mindset, then this would take place all across the world. And then maybe at some point there will be a form of crescendo, maybe. So I'm not saying like you're just gonna it has to start on an individual basis. And that's the thing. I feel like most people though feel that like they're powerless. And nothing is further from the truth. Like nothing at all is further from the truth. Nothing. That's why I talk about human potential. That's why, as I said before, that's why I underestimate no one. And no one should underestimate anyone ever if you understand human potential. Right? So I don't want anyone to feel powerless ever. Sometimes you do, it can weigh on you and you're like, man, what can I do? Right? Earl, this may sound like just baby steps, but for every mile one walks, it took millions of baby steps. Think about it. Maybe not millions, but I get the point. If I'm being technical, but I get the point. Sure, I want to make changes in the African American or any African community. However, I'm stuck on the idea I need money. If that's something that where you if it's something that you have a plan for, and the only thing that's limiting you is capital, then I think what you need to do is try raising funds. Then, if you actually have something, right, that is ready to be implemented, as far as you have it written down or whatever, and all you need to do is pitch the idea to other people or investors, potential investors, and capital is your problem, then I think what you need to do is, I guess it's a Gary Vee approach where you just need to like reach out to the people, like share your idea, get the idea in front of people who can fund it, right? But if you're still in the laboratory, as I call it, and you're still trying to work on the idea itself, then maybe you need to just spend some more time until you fleshed it out. And then once you have something that maybe you've had, you got the counsel of other people around you as well, and then you can maybe foolproof it if possible. Then you can present it and see how many people will buy into the vision, and then you can move into that direction. So lack of capital is not a reason not to not proceed. You know, you should be able to find someone or a group of people to help you out with that. So if you have something against Shola, don't be discouraged. If you don't have the capital, just get it out there in front of people, and hopefully they will buy into your vision if they believe in it as well and see the practicality of it. And then maybe you'll be further down the road than you are right now. Tyron, I trip out when you stay perfectly still like that. Sorry. Yeah, I know what you mean. People want concrete solutions. Okay, I'm gonna have to just. Yeah, no problem, Shola. Okay, finally. I'm current with the comments. Action, man. You know, and it's funny. We have this tendency to hesitate. You know, I guess this is in response to what Chile Freeman said. Like, you know, we're so powerful. Some of us just haven't figured that out yet. And also, in terms of any issue that we face, and I said this before, I got it from a movie, whatever, but I like the idea, where the person said, society is not something to be endured but invented, or society is something to be invented, not endured, right? So again, society is something to be invented, not endured. So if the system is not working for you and you see things going on, right, as a child of this world, right, I believe that we shouldn't, you know, just you're enduring this thing that's just not working. I think the onus is on the people to innovate, right? To invent, to make the society or your society something that you yourself are proud of, to improve the society itself. And I feel that we hesitate sometimes. Like sometimes you may have something on an individual level. I'm not talking about myself personally. I'm just talking about just people overall. We have a tendency to hesitate because we feel like maybe we don't have the power to do something, right? Or we may fear the response, right? Something we might be inspired in a moment, and then we stop ourselves because of whatever reason. So there might very well be something that you could do, right? Something that you could do, something that you could implement that might start a change or a movement. Like right now, for instance, okay, this is anyways, I know like using the word revolution is might be some people might interpret that very strongly one way. Some people may interpret it another way, but I'm using it. Earl spoke about revolution, right? And it's like there can be revolutionary actions that people can take as individuals, right? But the thing is, like for instance, like okay, Earl is talking about revolution, for instance. There are so many things that people could do that could make a statement. And it doesn't even have to be a group of 1,000 people. Like, I'm not even joking. There are things that people could do right now. And it's not even, if we're talking about making a statement, I'm not talking about violence, just in case you guys are, let's just clear that up really quickly before anyone try to call me whatever and say stuff. I'm just saying, sometimes we hesitate. Sometimes there's something that you want to do. Let me give you an example. Let me try to illustrate this a little bit. You're on the train, right? Or maybe let's see, like Japan, for instance. Let me use Japan. If you have not been to Japan, or some other country where people are usually really quiet in public areas, public spaces, like the train in Japan, for instance, very, very quiet, usually, and everyone is sitting still, right? Picture one person that just got up in the train and started shouting, for instance, or got up in the train and start saying something really loudly. That one individual, the current state is it's a revolutionary act, right? This person I'm just saying, picture that. You have a state, something as simple as one, I'm just giving an example, and I'm not talking about going on trains and shouting, but a person on a train that's quiet, it's always like that, mostly. They got up and just started saying something. Every person who is within earshot of that person, attention will turn to that individual, because that person now has disrupted the state, the flow. Everything has been disrupted because of that one revolutionary act of that individual. So now everyone is looking at that individual. Sometimes it's something as simple as that. But most people want to just go with the flow. Most people are just thinking, man, it's easier to not stick out. It's easier to just go about my own life. We all have our own problems, families. We got to pay attention to this thing, concentrate on this one thing, and don't care about anything else. That's the focus. I'm just showing you how quickly an individual, if we're talking about individuals, right? I'm talking about power, how powerful you are. At any moment, you have as an individual, I'm not talking about anarchy, I'm not talking about chaos necessarily. I'm talking about the power of an individual to change the state that you might find yourself in. And most people will resist, so you hesitate. It's almost like another one could be, you might be in class. This is not connected to the former, but you might be in class and you may believe you have the answer for something, but you hesitate to stick your hand up or to stand up or to say or to speak because you are afraid of the response. Is it the right answer? Am I going to make a fool of myself? So you hesitate. How many of us have hesitated, or even beyond that, have a tendency or have made a habit of hesitating? I'm just saying, so that's one of those things where, sometimes it's not even that complicated, man. Sometimes most people just move with the status quo. Most people just go along with society, and that's a beautiful thing. Of course, we have pros and cons to that because it makes most societies peaceful. We're cool. We don't want to disrupt the flow of things. And we need that for harmony. But when something is in a state where, and especially when it's cyclical or cyclical, something needs to be done. There needs to be some form of disruption. And one person, I'm talking to, of course, a few people that are watching now, but I'm talking to the individual. That's why I keep saying one person, because it starts with the person. You have to do it. She have to do it. That person have to do it. They have to do it. But anyways, when we look at, I guess another example as well, we look at the internet and we have these viral challenges. You know, we have these challenges, you know, those challenges on the internet. I'm just showing you how we can disrupt, or disruption can happen. But people hesitate. People don't believe in the power of an individual. And sometimes we spend too long deliberating the efficacy of something. And because we're taking too long to do that, we fail to implement or to do something. Another thing as well, then again, I'm not sure of the exact science of virality, but we see these challenges that go around on the internet, right? All these internet challenges, some of them are dumb, extremely dumb, but everyone is on it really quickly. How about starting a challenge? Maybe now I'm putting this out there. I know the onus is going to fall on me, maybe, unless someone else want to do something. Disrupting what's taking place online. Start a sort of challenge. A challenge that will get us closer to where we want to go, or at least introduce an idea to the minds of multiple people, whatever it is. So we're talking about all these things, and that's where simple and easy come into my mind. So when I illustrated that thing about someone standing up on the train and they're saying what they're saying, it's the same thing, same principle. That just shows you how easy certain things can be disrupted. Right? Oh, Earl. All the time, man. You wanna use Skype? That's a problem though with Skype. I don't mind you calling in right now, but the problem with Skype is it won't go over to this thing. I wonder if, like, are you guys listening to what I just said though? Are you guys even listening to what I just said? Like, really? Because that one, like what I just said right now, literally, that's definitely something for sure. Something as simple as that. That's something as simple as that we have is revolutionary. But we won't even do that. Earl, the only thing is, it's only because of Skype. You can call in, but the problem with Skype is it won't, the audio won't transfer over to this program. That's a problem. So I would literally have to restart. But this, okay, how would I do it? Then we have the audio problem with this thing. You know, I'm really thinking, you know what? But anyway, so what I wanted to do with that is just to illustrate the point of how someone could just, it's so easy, but most people just don't want to do anything. Most people don't want to do anything, and it's that simple. Literally, I'm just when I say train, I'm not talking about. I'm using the train metaphorically, right? But just to capture or illustrate the idea that that's what it is. Like that's all you gotta do. You start saying something or whatever, as an individual, just to show the impact that each person has on everyone around them. What we feel like we ain't got no power. And these social media challenges, all this viral stuff that goes around, everyone does it. Imagine if we thought about something that we could do, even like that, for instance, and use social media, especially now. Earlier talking about the climate. So maybe I'm not sure. Maybe I'll try to think of something. Maybe you guys can suggest something that won't just be like, for instance, an ice bucket challenge. For instance, it won't just be something like that where someone just you pour some water on yourself or on someone else or whatever, or some other. What was that other one that I saw? This old people thing when you use the app and you change your face or whatever. Just something like that. But either something that will inspire change or something that won't just stop with the act alone, or something where the act itself is so powerful that it would inspire people. So whatever that is, I'm not sure. That within itself is something. Like that within itself is something. And that's where every person can use their power to participate in that. I'm not saying that this is like, oh, like this is like whatever, but that could be something. And earlier talking about the present climate that we're in right now. I don't know. So I'm talking about something that can advance our position. So sometimes it's simple. And doesn't take much money, if any money at all, really. And that one person on the train, everyone is just reading a book, and the one person snap, all of a sudden, you have grabbed their attention. And even for a split second within that moment, you can say whatever. Yeah, Bagman. I'm not sure. I'll think about it because this is just coming to my head. But I was but I said that just to show how just what one person can do. So that's just to challenge the thought that you are powerless. You aren't. And it's crazy that maybe the way the society is designed is to keep people in the dark about their potential so people won't try too many things. Because if you make a person feel like they don't have any power, then okay, that's all you gotta do. Shackle the mind, and then the person won't even attempt to do anything. And I spoke about that before with the elephant and the cord, or the lion and the cord, or the horse and the cord that's wrapped around the tree. All you need to do is imprison the mind. Maybe I'm just saying, maybe that's why society is designed the way it is. Infinite possibilities might have a point, I guess. I believe that God is in control, but the question is, what else do we do then? Is there a task that we should be doing then as well? Or do we don't do anything? Infinite possibilities. Write the actual scripture. Write it, because when someone say John this and that, I get it. But if you got to look it up, it's more effective if you actually say what it says. So there's no question, because not everyone can call to mind exactly what John 17:3 is. So Earl said, you have an abundance of people fleshing out ideas, but only a few people to provide those ideas. Don't walk away from the great ideas given to you for a split second. Earl said, we're in the perfect time in history to plant seeds in our people's minds. So let's not lose this opportunity. It's quite simple. Black folks are awake and they are ready to take their place. Some people want change, but either scared or ashamed to do something about this big issue. So my brother, Sir Earl said, my brother, please listen and hear the voices on this forum. Folks are willing and ready to stand together, not just you and I, but billions of us around the planet. True thing, sir. Infinite, no problem. I listen to everyone. So it's fine. It's fine. So Jerome said, English Standard Version, John 17:3, and this is eternal life, that they know you, the only true God, and Jesus Christ, whom you have sent. So production said, God is just another system of control created by the conquerors. Should I share my opinion? Should I give my position on that? Should I? I don't. Well, first of all, let me just posit this real quickly. I believe in God, and as I said, I have had dark days in my life, and to me, there's no question of the existence. Let me just posit this firmly, and no one else has to share my opinion. No one else has to share my experience. But to me, it is as true as the mic that I'm speaking to you through right now. Let me just say that for sure. Trust me, bro. Trust me, bro. Yeah, to me, that's not a question. And to each individual, his experience is true, right? So that, let me just say that. So for me, just respond to that one thing about the system of control that is like God. I don't think that's something that any man controls. But indeed, yeah. Yeah, I don't. It's funny. There's maybe one day I'll start sharing some stories with y'all or whatever. But yeah, maybe not today. But indeed, man. I don't know. I guess that's another thing too. That's you know what? Maybe look at the time. Oh God. Oh man, I'm losing time, man. I already didn't have enough time today to get what I need done. Anyways, whatever. I'll just go with the flow. That's another thing as well where what's this? I like to think, let me just do this fast because I'm going to one of these random monologues or whatever. But I like to think that I champion solutions. At the very least, I entertain solutions. You know, I don't enjoy talking about problems too much because I feel like I'm like, okay, unless you're discussing it, unless you're having a brainstorming session, unless you have a group of people and then you have this one problem and you're trying to remedy it. I don't mind people sitting down and you're trying to work this thing out, but I'm not about giving the problem itself too much power. I don't believe in that. So I'm always seeking for solutions. What's the solution? What's the solution? What's the solution? What's the solution? I'm always about that I'm solutions driven, right? So when we're talking about what's plaguing black people, humanity overall, there are certain solutions that people present. People talk about this is the way, that's the way, that's the way, that's the way. And then you also have people who say, look, man, this is a people thing. It's never going to change, right? People overall, I believe that we have a lot of good people in the world. I believe we have more good people than bad people. But a lot of people say, look, man, it's the nature of the world, man. People are just sinful, for instance. And people might just say, look, All have sinned, man. That's why there's no solution but God. That's the only solution. So some people say that's the ultimate solution. So it doesn't matter how man or people overall just contend. It's like you'll never reach where you're trying to go because it's just beyond human capacity. So some people posit that. And some people say, no, this is the way. This is the reason. This is what we have to do. And the reason why we haven't happened upon a solution is because we haven't done this the right way. So it's the methodology. Nope, it's the leaders. Nope, it's that community. Nope, it's this thing. And we're always saying all sorts of things, man. But what is the true solution? Well, you know what? One thing I can say to you guys is, and I really want you to listen to this and just do this. Like, if you really feel passionate about this cause and the things that plagues us, I would say, do what you believe to be true in your heart, right? Like, in terms of, don't just stop at the problem, please. If you believe that you have a solution, believe in the power that you were given and exercise that power and that authority. That's what I would say. Because everyone has a different way of looking at things, right? And what they think might work. If you have a problem with someone else's approach and you believe that you can get the job done, sometimes when you look from the outside, when you are in the room, it's different, right? Even the way you feel might be different. You might feel under more pressure, more stress being inside than outside. So even that might change. Even though you change your location, you went into the building, now you're like, oh snap, that's how inside here feel. I see why. But if there's something that you think you have to offer it. Because we only have a limited time to offer what we have to offer, and that's my position. So if you're watching this right now and you're really concerned about this, with the finality of life, with the brevity of life that you have, please. I was listening to this thing. Steve Jobs said it, and it sounds so powerful because now he's deceased. So I see Jerome is on. Maybe I'll call him on just now because I guess he has something to say. So early, if you want to maybe try to if you have something just to say, try to come on. It might echo. You can come on with your voice alone. That's fine. But I'll give you 5 minutes. I'll give both of you guys 5 minutes just to say your piece. But we definitely have to move in a direction where we got to do something. We got to do something. Life is short. We won't be here forever, right? We won't be here forever. You might stumble in the dark a little bit or whatever, but if there's something that you think you have to do or you feel that you have, just do something. Just don't just be talking about it, man. We ain't got forever. That's the fact. I was listening to Steve Jobs. He said something about, what was it? It was about just the brevity of life and that, you know what? He's like, you know what? I operate with a sense of urgency because I know that I'll be dead soon. Right? So he said that. And it struck, that's not what he said verbatim. I need to replay the thing, but it struck a chord with me because we know what Steve Jobs did when he was alive, and now he's gone. And to hear the words of that man, who is now dead, with the urgency with which he led his life, thinking about, because I'll be dead soon, and that's the way I lead my life. I try to lead my life like this as well, and that's why sometimes I do things that most people probably won't do or whatever, because I understand that I won't be here forever. So when it comes on to the opinions of people, or it comes on to maybe being embarrassed and some of these things, it really doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. It really doesn't matter because one day we will be dead. I will be dead. I'll be gone. Can you believe it? It's crazy saying that. My family, I won't see my wife no more. I won't see my daughter anymore. Gone. So to think that, I think he said, to think that you really have something to lose, you don't. Because the fact of the matter is, All of us will lose our life one day. It's going to be gone. So the fact is, to think that you can hold on to anything is futile, because we can't. One day we have no choice in the matter. We have to relinquish, well, not even relinquish, like we will be torn away from everything. So there's nothing that we should be afraid of losing, because we are going to lose it anyways one day to come. So it's like, with that frame of mind, operate from that place, not leading someone else's life, but leading your life, not being overly concerned or concerned at all about the things that plagues our minds when it comes on to, man, you're hesitating because of this, you won't do this because of that, you're embarrassed because of this, you won't. Listen, man, the fact of the matter is, at least this is how I lead my life, and it's a very effective place to lead your life from. Not being concerned with perception and these things, because it hampers your progress, it impedes your progress, it paralyzes you. So that's why I like reminding myself of my frailty, and that, Ranzo, you ain't got forever, man. One day, bro, you gonna be gone like everybody else. So you need to operate accordingly, because one day you won't have the chance or the opportunity to do something. One day you won't. That's a fact. But of course, we believe death happens to someone else over there. No, they die. People die, not me. It seems like it's so far-fetched. You're like, oh, it's all the way down there, But if we understand the brevity of life, really understand it, the way we lead our lives would look so much different. And then if we should even go beyond that, then that's another story. Like, what is this human experience, man? Like, for real. I don't think most of us think about these things, man. Or maybe if we do, it doesn't last too long, because we don't understand what death is like. None of us can explain it. None of us can share an experience of what it's like, because we've never been there before. It's alien to every man, every woman, every boy, every girl, every child, every human. It's alien. And that's why I believe, if at all possible, we should all lead our lives or exist in a state of sobriety as much as possible, man. For real, for real. Like, for real, Man, I'm not even, like, bro, when I think about these things, I'm not even lying, man. I think it's the only way to think, really. Because if we have to lead, look, some people might say, nah, man, I'm not gonna, I'm like, bro, okay, whatever, that's your position. But how can we truly live effectively if we don't live understanding the brevity of life, though, and the gravity of each action, the importance? I'm really trying to wrap my mind around that. How maybe you're predisposed to lead an effective life because of whatever reason, your upbringing, I'm not sure. But I don't think most of us can lead that type of life without understanding that same thing that Steve said. Everything you're doing, everything you're accumulating for yourself will be gone. Your money will be gone. Well, someone else is going to take that. One. Your property, someone else is going to take that. Two. Even your body, the worms are going to take that. Or if you get cremated, whatever, the fire is going to like incinerate everything. You're going to turn to ashes, like literally. Everything you're trying to hold on to will be taken away from you. You have no choice. None of us have any choice in the matter. None. So the question is, why hesitate? There's no other way, man. It's crazy, and most of us, look, even myself, man. That's why I say you need an anchor, man. You need something to bring you back to a state of sobriety to really understand what life is. And as I said before, if we look at the other side of it, it's another story. If we talk about, what am I talking about? It's another story. But I'm talking about, let me not go. Let me just keep on this, but it's another story. Man. That's why I'm saying, standing up on the train, for instance, in that moment, letting your voice be heard in that moment. When you think about the brevity of life, that doesn't seem as terrifying as it would if you had like a different mindset. If you weren't thinking about what life really is, then you'd be scared of doing that. But if you understand that this is one opportunity, if you understand that maybe 50 years from now you won't be here anymore, like literally you won't even be here. You won't be thinking about breakfast. What are you going to wear to work? What are you going to say in the meeting? Like, how are you going to, provide for your family? What are you going to wear? Your retirement? All these things that we concern ourselves with one day. Isn't it crazy? Anyways, man, bro. Anyways, look. We truly own nothing. Everything would be gone. Even your education would be gone. But at least you could write some books, and then you can pass on the books and other people can read the books or whatever. But anyways, I think that's one of the most effective ways to live your life from, man. And that's one thing that humbles everyone. It's one thing that like humbles every human. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter how powerful, how beautiful, how rich, how strong, how intelligent. It doesn't matter. The one thing, the one equalizer, the one thing that levels every man, that humbles every person, it doesn't matter, is death. It will take us all low. Every last one of us. Every person has to bow at that time. Isn't that something? And if we live with that, not in the, you don't have to live a cynical life to literally govern your life by the brevity of it, by the true nature of it. You don't have to live a life of, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. But you can lead your life with a sense of urgency, right? To live effectively, to really focus and pay attention to the things that really matter and that will matter, and not to procrastinate if you don't have to. So important, man. So important. I'm talking to myself as I'm talking to you guys, man. So important, man. So important. So important. Wow. I'm not talking at you guys, please. I'm not talking at you guys. I'm just really passionate about this, and I'm talking to myself. Wow. It's very sobering, man. This is very, very, very sobering, man. And again, I'll say, and if we go beyond that, it is another story. Okay, I'm gonna end there. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop. Okay, where are we? Oh man, look, it's 12. Look at that. It's 12. Look at that. It's 12:03. Ah. Infinite said, we are all affected by injustice, glass ceilings, racism, etc. But these things are not of God. I am free. I am confident in the future. We have a creator. He sees what is happening. He will act. Infinite said he has things in place. Production said, I have no doubt there's a God, but it's not the one described in the book called Bible, which is a tool of propaganda just like TV. Earl said, sometimes I just read through the comments, guys. So, Jerome is on, right? Wait, Jerome, give me 2 seconds. The last thing I'm going to do, I'm going to just read these comments real quick, and then I'm going to put you on, and then you say your piece, and then I'm going to end. And most of them I listen and say nothing because I want to see and hear the voices of our change. Again, I'm hearing for the first time in 50 plus years of life, the children of Africa want the colonials gone. Okay, let's see. Solutions are a hard conversation because answers require physical actions. Okay, let's see. Okay. Jerome, give me a second. I'm going to bring you on. Just 1 second. Let's see. Jobs talked about being rich and not being able to use it to save his life. Sammy Lorenzo said that. Hey, what's up, Sam? How you doing? Hey, good morning, Fabiso. How you doing? Thanks for coming on. Jamaica Funk. Remembering that I'll be dead soon is the most important tool I've ever encountered to help me make the big choices in life. Man, it's so true, man. I think any person that live from that place, any person that can actually live from that place, really, trust me, man, that person, watch out for that person. And you should definitely adapt to that mindset. He says almost everything, all external expectations, all pride, all fear of embarrassment or failure, these things just fall away in the face of death, leaving only what is truly important. Those are the words of Steve Jobs as well. Really, really, really important words, man. Let me read that again. All external expectations, all pride, all fear of embarrassment or failure. These things just fall away in the face of death, leaving only what is truly important. Imagine how powerful you would be if you led your life by words like that without having to be on your deathbed. When you can actually do something about your life. Not when you're about to die, when you can't do much, but when you actually have some years to live and you led your life that way. Just like they say, living each day as if it were your last. But sometimes we need more than those words, than just that simple saying, just live each day as if it's your last. But I like the way Steve Jobs articulated that, and to think that this man is now dead and did what he did. Weighty words. I don't smoke, Chili Freeman. Even though I was around weed growing up a lot or whatever, but I don't smoke. Okay, I think I'm almost done. Okay, let me just bring Jerome back on. Okay, Jerome, you're on. Let's see. Hopefully, say you got like 5 minutes or less, and then I'm gonna close.
All right. Sound test. Sounds good.
It sounds okay to me, but it's what the people say. But just get it out. Whatever you want to say, just say it so that. And if Earl, if you wanna as well, use a link in the description. I can't use Skype. Just use a link. It might echo, but just get your piece out. I'll give you guys like 2 minutes to just say your piece, and then we can move on because I gotta go now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Renzo, thank you for an extra hour with us.
No problem.
I think the most important point is that we all have to come together to resolve this. And I understand that by just talking is not enough. We have to do things together.
Yeah.
So that's very important. I just want to make sure that we don't have anyone out there discouraging people from talking up about it. Because as I said in my post, you have many people who can build on ideas or flesh them out,
Yeah.
but you have a very few amount of people who can create great ideas. So we should always encourage that, regardless of what their business or their, I guess, social platform or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Now, when I think about this, I look back to generations, my grandfather, my grandmother, great-grandparents talking to me when I was a kid. So that's what I'm thinking about when I think about great thinkers. These people never had an education, but they had ideas to last generations. So
Wait, is it possible to put your headphones on really quickly? Could you put your headphones on and just reset that real quick, please? Okay, yeah, go again, yeah. Yeah, no, you can start speaking.
All right, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can, yeah. And Earl, if you're watching Earl again, please, if you want to come on, use the link in the description and I'll give you 2-3 minutes because I got to go now. But yeah, Jerome, continue.
Yes, so I just want to make sure that we're not discouraging or discrediting anything, really. But we need to pull aside what's kind of apologetic or in the sense of propaganda,
Yeah.
Confucianism, communism, to future generations,
Mm-hmm.
and we're all living with equal opportunities, let's say. And that's the aim of the game here.
Yeah.
That's it.
No, yeah, definitely. I'm saying people, and you also said earlier when the audio wasn't that great that people should be able to speak on it because I guess some people can, introduce ideas, but they might not be able to execute, but someone else can execute on it. So yeah, definitely. I'm not discouraging discourse at all. Like I'm saying, definitely engage in discourse, but let's move beyond that. Like make it a prerequisite that unless we're gonna move beyond this in some way, shape, or form, let's not have a conversation. Or at least encourage it while someone is having a discussion, or we're engaged in discourse. Encourage like execution after it, like, but not just to be just talking about it a lot. Because I know sometimes, I know I'm quoting Tupac here, whatever. I saw this thing where he said he might not be the one that might do something, but he might ignite, or he will ignite someone that will make the change. So sometimes you might not be the person that's going to do something, or right, but you might inspire someone else and then that person go on to do something, right? So
Now,
that's also a part of it as well. So hey,
I agree. I also want to speak for people who can't speak right now. I can't mention names, but this guy's been on your show before. He lives in China. He's been silenced to a point, and he can't talk about the things that we're talking about today.
Really?
And he's an expat living in China.
Oh wow.
So a lot of the things that we expressing here, we're speaking the minds of people who have been silent.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, I think I'll maybe try to figure out who that person is. But snap. Okay, he's getting real. But China's always been like that. But there's a lot that's going on. So I'm have you seen what's taking place in Africa right now? Have you been following? Yes. So I'm saying it's getting
So I'm a South African citizen myself. I was born in South Africa. I grew up in Australia. I live in Sydney.
Okay.
So I'm with the Pulse there in Africa, and I've been talking to some of the major leaders of the states there directly. And what I've been saying to them is to unify their policy with Taiwan. That's it.
Wait, repeat that again.
So I've been talking to some of the major politicians and the leaders there of the states in Africa.
Yeah.
And I've advised them from an advisory role to collaborate with Taiwan and not China.
I see.
So I have an intelligence background. So I work in analytics, AI. And so these sentiments that the African intelligence is working through right now is very difficult on their own. But if they engage with a country that knows how to deal with the superpower like China, it would make their job a lot more easier.
Okay, understood. All right, Jerome. Thanks for calling, man. All right, take care. Okay, I think Earl never came on. I just wanted Jerome to speak his piece. Not necessarily to respond, but I wanted him to say what he had to say. So what Chili Freeman said what? No, yeah. When I said Tupac, like the idea of what he said, right? In relations to what I was saying to Jerome, it's like, sometimes discourse is fine, and sometimes, but I feel like we shouldn't stop there. We shouldn't stop there, and and then someone might say something, like people say someone might plant a seed, then someone else might water it, someone might say something, and then someone else act on it. So you don't have to be the person that will execute necessarily, but as long as, so there's place for discourse, of course, and discussions or whatever. But I'm just saying, so I just like that, the way that he said that, where it's like, you know what, hey, he might not be the person that does whatever, but I think he said he will spark the mind. But I'm saying there's a possibility that someone might be inspired by some form of discourse taking place wherever across the world, and that person might be the person to do something, or a group of people may be inspired by it to do something. So that's all I'm saying. Shayaban, the audio, there's something going on with the audio. It's not, it might be internal. I need to figure it out. But anyways, guys, that's it for today. Thank you so much for coming on. This kind of went way over, so I'm literally gonna just leave this house right now because I gotta go on the road. Thanks for coming on. I appreciate you guys. Until next time, catch you guys tomorrow again at 10 a.m. JST on YouTube, on Facebook. Remember to subscribe to this channel. As you guys can see, sometimes the discussion might go one way, it might go another way, and sometimes mostly it's free flow. So it just goes wherever. When you come on, you're not sure what you'll experience. But that's the BEJ live experience for you right there. So yeah, guys, that's it for now. Until next time. Earl wanted to call, but the only way Earl could have gotten on was through the link. Skype, I'm not connected to Skype because Skype won't transfer over to this program. So I guess the next time, maybe Earl, you can call back in if you want to remind us of this conversation. But try to use the link. You don't have to have a camera. Just use a microphone on your phone or computer to come on in. All you got to do is click on the link, enter your name, enable your camera or microphone, and then you can come on. So next time. Okay, guys, thanks for coming on. Until tomorrow, bye for now, guys. Yeah, I hope this discussion was fruitful, man. It's definitely for me. Like right now, I'm in that zone right now. So yeah. Bye for now, guys. See you guys tomorrow, 10 a.m. JST. Peace.